Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. For the new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. For the viewers, thank you for clicking this video. So in today's video guys, I'm going to be showing you how to catch 20 risk to reward trades, man, as easy as possible guys. So I'm going to break this trade down guys. This is literally real life, trading, right? So basically right now it's on Monday, and guys, as you can see, in my last video I did have a markup, right? And I did anticipate price was likely going to, buy all the way here before it reversed, right? Because price was, reacting off this daily area of interest. So in terms of my entry, right? So my entry actually came from here. This was my first entry, right? So usually how I enter is I wait for the 1 hour to give me a signal. So in this case here, if you notice, price actually gave a signal for a sell the first time here. And as you can see, I caught like a simple 1 to 2 risk to reward, and then price now reversed on me, right? And then here I had to wait, right, for New York session to hit. So right here was New York session, right? And then I went to the 5-minute time frame. So I saw this 1 hour shooting star, went to the 5-minute time frame, boom. And then this was my first entry. So my first entry actually came from here, and then I got stopped out, and then I entered the second entry again here. All right, so boom, I got stopped out, and then this was my second entry here. And as you can see, price did manage to keep selling, right? But guys, let me show you exactly how you would be able to catch a 1 to 23 risk to reward, right? So basically how this would work is this. So in this same specific trade, right, notice that price now came, gave a shooting star again, or a bearish engulfing, and in this next candle here, it now gave like a kind of shooting star, in the sense of, this wick, right, is shorter than this wick. So usually, like, I look at it as a shooting star, right? So if it looks or smells like a shooting star, then it's probably a shooting star or a signal, right? So in this case here guys, price gave me this signal here, right, a shooting star, 10 a.m. So I went to the 5-minute time frame, right, and then I looked for the first 5-minute candle, or the first 5-minute entry. So in this case here, this was the first, you know what I mean, this was the candle that closed 10 o'clock, and then this is a shooting star, which is not an entry, and then this was the entry right here. So this specific entry, this looks like a shooting star. So all I did was basically, let me just delete this real quick. So all I did was basically enter my trade right there, boom, right? Now this is how I put my stop loss and stuff. So usually for stop losses, right, I like to add at least 4.6 stop loss into my like my trade. So basically right now guys, I would calculate from here. So right now it's like 8 or whatever from this wick. So 8.4 plus 4.6 is basically 13 pips, right? So I would basically have 13 pips right there, boom, this 13 pips, boom, right? So this 13 pips, and then I have a simple 1 to 2 risk to reward, right? So a simple 1 to 2 risk to reward guys. Now with that being said, usually how I work is this. So when I enter my first trade here guys, I always wait for price to go into a drawdown, then I enter my second trade. So in this first trade here, price gave me an entry, but as you can see, it never like retraced from here up to give me like a second entry or stuff like that. But in this case here, you can see that price came and retraced, and then now quote unquote took me out. But honestly guys, my stop loss is always open. So in terms of my stop loss guys, I like to have a open stop loss, in a sense, right? So if, for example, this is my actual stop loss, right, but I usually have like this line here that kind of gives me space, right? So in my actual MT4, I actually have my stop loss maybe somewhere around here, and then I actually have to watch price in real time. So usually my stop loss is like, it's kind of in my head, but not really in my head, right? Because I already have a stop loss in place already in my MT4. I just kind of wait for price to, like do his manipulation, because as you can see, price clearly, took me out here and then went my way. But guys, I'm smarter than this fucking market, guys. Like, I know for a fact the market wants to take people out and then go your way. So clearly I'm not going to have my stop loss where my stop loss actually is. I'm going to have my stop loss like literally above here, and then I will manually, manually pull out of the trade if I have to. So in this case here guys, literally when price gave this entry, the next step guys is literally to set a buy limit, a sell limit. And guys, literally I usually have like my sell limit like for a 1 to 10 or a 1 to 30 risk to reward, right? So boom, like this. So you see how this simple 1 to 2 risk to reward has turned to a 1 to 30. So that's essentially how I would you know what I mean, milk the market in this sense. So in this case here, guys, literally my stop loss was like 13 pips. I just wait for price to go into a drawdown, and then depending on where you want to, for example, me, I always target a 10 risk to reward or a 30 risk to reward. So in this case here, guys, literally there's a 10 risk to reward here, and this was a simply 2. And then if price was to go all the way down here, this could be like a 20, literally, guys. So maybe like a 20 risk to reward right here. But the point is, guys, do not be scared of drawdowns. Like, drawdowns are like your best friend, to be honest with you, right? The only thing you have to be scared of is your stop loss, right? Because obviously, you know, people, you know, the price will, you know, come to hit your stop loss and things like that. But at the end of the day, guys, the system I've created is just very simple, right? My stop loss is like usually 4 or 5 pips from my original stop loss. And then let's say if price was to, you know what I mean, like hit this, then I'll pull out of my trade manually. Or if my stop loss is already there, then I will just like, you know, let price take me out automatically. But at the end of the day, guys, the point is when you enter your first trade, guys, you wait for price to go into a drawdown. And as you can see, guys, you can literally have caught either a 1 to 23 or a 1 to 30. You know what I mean? So usually I like to go for 1 to 10 or 1 to 30. So in this case here, guys, literally you'd have gone for a 1 to 30. So you probably used a 1.4, you know what I mean, stop loss. And then literally, guys, you ride this whole move to the downside. As you can see, price is currently still selling, right? And it is like a shooting star again, 5 minutes entry. And then this is going to be your fucking TP right there. And as you can see, guys, a simple 1 to 2 risk to reward can turn to a 1 to 46 risk to reward. All you have to do, guys, is trust in your specific trade, wait for price to go into a drawdown, and understand that, you know, drawdowns are good for you, right? Because you have to understand that when price goes into a drawdown, it's giving you unlimited discount. It's just now for your risk to be, you know what I mean, on point, so that you don't blow your account, right? Because in this case here, guys, I could easily, let's say I had a $500 account here, I could easily risk, let's just say, freaking $10, to be honest with you, like $10, right? And then price literally right now, where price is currently, this is literally a 1 to 33 risk to reward. So right now, if I was risking $10 on this trade, I would be up $330 from a $10 risk, right? So this is basically how you would, you know what I mean, turn your simple 1 to 2 risk to reward into a 1 to 10, 1 to 23. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you gained a lot from this. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.